Hi everybody, my name's Sandra Young and I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne and Executive Area Manager. I'm here today talking to you because somebody invited you to watch this video. And if you're watching this video, it's because they believe that you've obviously got some wonderful talents and skills you can share, and Arbonne would be something that may be able to be a fit for you. And certainly the products are wonderful. So my story started 5 years ago with Arbonne. I've actually been a beautician for 30, and I fell in love with Arbonne products quite by accident. Had a friend have me try them for my professional opinion, and after trying them with 24 hours, I got results and I just loved them. And it really wasn't something I was looking for. I was happy with what I was using, and it certainly was something that I was able to find out more about. And when I found out about it, I just fell in love with it, and I've been sharing Arbonne ever since. So tonight we're just going to share a little bit about Arbonne, and hopefully it may be something that you would like to do. I'd like to introduce you to Marilyn Alessi, who is a national vice president, and she's just going to tell you a little about herself, and then we'll get started on what Arbonne is.
Thanks, Sandra. That was a beautiful intro, by the way, as well. And I'm really excited that you're here watching this little video to see if this is a fit for you. And exactly like Sandra said, somebody has thought about you and your future and thinks that you may be interested in doing something like this alongside what you're currently doing. When I found out about Arbonne, it was actually 7 years ago. So that's a long time ago. But when I think back to 7 years, I think how quickly has that time passed. And I was a full-time government worker at the time, busy mum of two, and certainly didn't have time for anything extra in my life. And I really didn't understand a lot about network marketing. But I tried the product because I was looking for something that worked, was looking for anti-aging. So when I found out about it, I was a yes, please, let me try that product, and noticed an immediate difference in my skin. But I still wasn't 100% sure about doing this as a business because, like I said, I was busy, just like so many of us are. Until a few weeks later, our godson was born. And when he was born, they put that little baby on a steroid cream. And I said to my girlfriend, look, the products I'm using are pure, safe and beneficial. And you'll hear more about that tonight as we go on. And I'm going to buy him the baby range because I know it would be better than what you're currently using on his skin. So we did that. And within 3 days, that little baby's skin transformed. And that's when I decided to listen more about the business opportunity and decided to jump in with the 2 feet, because I thought, well, the worst case scenario that could happen is I've got a great product at a discount. But you know what ended up happening? I was able to actually replace a full-time government income within the first 9 months of my Arbonne business, and I have never, ever looked back. And that's the best part about this business. We are able to buy back time and also become financially independent. And I think it was those 2 things that I was asked all those years ago. Well, where would you be in 5 years? And if the sole income earner of your family wasn't able to earn the income anymore, where would you be? Would you have enough savings to be able to last the rest of your life? And I absolutely did not. We lived paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. So moving forward, Sandra, we'll go into the next slide. And here's a little bit about our foundation. So Peter Malk that you see there, he's our visionary. He's our trailblazer. He honestly was a man way beyond his years because he knew back then, 36 years ago, that skincare was becoming more and more chemically based, and he wanted something that was pure, safe and beneficial because he knew predominantly, you know, especially us as women, we put so many different products. We're known to put up to 515 different products on our skin and in our hair every single day. So he, knowing that, knew that potentially the cancer rate amongst women was going to be higher because of that reason. So he came up with this amazing product called Arbonne, and Arbonne started in a little district in Switzerland, and it actually also means beautiful tree, and we're really, really proud of our Swiss heritage. And it's truly exactly as you see on the screen. His vision was to provide safe skincare products that are unparalleled in quality and effectiveness, and that's something that we love because our products are results driven. When you try it, you'll see. If you haven't already tried it, I assure you when you do, you will see visible results instantaneously, and that's something that we are very proud of. You know, and the fact that we have a 45 money day back guarantee is awesome. You know, that's why we always say, you know, try the product and see it for yourself. And if you don't like it, send it back. But I assure you, I in 7 years personally have yet to return an entire RE9 system. Have you, Sandra?
Never.
I've never returned one. And, you know, but knowing that we have that guarantee to fall back on is pretty amazing. And here's a little bit about our ingredient policy. Like I said earlier, our ethos, the mantra behind our company is pure, safe, beneficial. And they are, you know, they use the purest of pure ingredients and they outsource them now from all over the world. We used to grow them just in Switzerland on top of the Alps. Now we outsource the best products from all over the world. And Arbonne are one of the only companies that I know that have had this philosophy or this policy for 36 years. And we are that. We take the best from nature and enhance that with the best of modern science to give us the results that we so desperately need as we look into progressing in our years. You know, women and men now want to look younger for longer. And why not? Absolutely, why not? The safety issue was something that I absolutely had no idea about until I started to find out more and more about Arbonne. I didn't know what companies used in their skincare lines. I had no idea about the animal fat content or the mineral oils or all the nasties that companies use in their products. You know, A, as either a filler, or B, as a fragrance to disguise the smell of animal byproducts. So, you know, we don't know what we don't know, and that's why we're so passionate about what we do, because we educate. And the beneficial part, obviously, is the fact that it works. You know, we're an amazing health and wellness company. We're part of a $3 trillion industry with targeted results. Like I said earlier, you know, if it works, and if it didn't work, it wouldn't sell. We wouldn't be 36 years strong if the company didn't stand for what it believed in. And here's our amazing formulator. Dr. Matravers is a genius in his own right. He's very, very well known in the skincare industry and the health and wellness industry. And he has worked with Ayurvedic doctors from all over the world. This man has up to 20 patents against his name. So we are incredibly fortunate to have him working exclusively for us in Arbonne. And I've had numerous conversations with him because I get to liaise with Peter when we go to Maui once a year. And I've sat with this gentleman and was able to really pick his brain and understand why he is with a company like Arbonne. And it really is not only because of our product and our ingredients, but also because this company has a family feel around it. You know, even though our formulator, our Petamol, died 7 or 8 years ago now, I think, his son is very much involved in Arbonne, and it is really a family feeling. When you think about this company, it's not a red tape company, and that's something that we love as well.
Thanks, Marilena. That's really beautiful to hear. Again, I feel like I'm excited all over again hearing about it. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about the difference between our products and what's on the marketplace. And I think that sometimes we, like Marilena, I really didn't know a lot about it. But some of the things that I'm very excited about with Arbonne, and being a beautician, I've certainly have that background to it, but it's the things that we don't have that I admire most. We don't have the animal fats and the mineral oils, the artificial fragrances and dyes, and they're the number 1 and number 2 irritants that most people say they have sensitive skin, but you're not born with sensitive skin. That's coming from the toxins that you're putting on your skin over a period of time. And I think today more than ever, people have gluten intolerance, dairy intolerance, all of these things. Arbonne are completely vegan certified. So we don't use any animal byproducts, and we make sure that we have the purest of ingredients, and they're all botanically based, they're all pH correct. That means that you've got an acid and alkaline level, and it's balanced to what our skin needs, and they're hypoallergenic, so there's no fragrances, dyes. They don't need to do that because they're beautiful plants, smell amazing, and they're not trying to cover up anything. So it's just wonderful, and everything's checked and double checked so that we're getting the best of the best and the cutting edge of technology. And I knew that from the first time I used the products. The thing that stood out for me is the night cream. When I put it on, I was so used to having a film over my skin and feeling heavy. And often, I don't know if anyone else ever had it, but your pillow would be actually greasy by the morning, where with the Arbonne products, it soaks right into the skin, and your skin, you wake up with beautiful skin in the morning, and that's because we're not covering our skin with anything. If you think petroleum, it's just like putting Glad wrap over your skin, and our skin needs to breathe, and these products allow the skin to do the job they're meant to do and just continually feed it. So I love that we have no animal testing and that we never need to, because we're using botanicals, and that's really exciting too. So what we do, we're all about educating people. And as I said, even as a beautician, I learned so much from Arbonne about what goes into ingredients. And that's what Peter wanted to do. He wanted to educate women and help them, because we make a change in the world. We'll be the ones to stand up, stop buying those products that are chemical based, start using good ones, and educating our children about why it's important to look after our largest organ, which is our skin. And everybody needs to take care of it and look after it, and that's what we're helping people to do, to find the best products to use. And we empower people not just with having a wonderful skin and feeling healthy, but also financially, which I think today more than ever, 2 incomes are required to get by, and this is a perfect way for women to be able to work alongside their families and be able to bring in the income that's going to help their families for the future. And I love that you're giving people not only a fresh start with their skin, but a fresh start with the opportunity of finance. So I absolutely love what Arbonne's been able to do for me as well. It's really nothing that we're not already doing. We all wash our hair, we all wash our face, and I'm sure we all want to look younger, and we certainly want to be healthy. And these products are all what we have. And so we're basically just showing people of how to redirect their spending from buying at the shops where you're supporting somebody else's business that's using animal fats or testing on animals and are cruel to animals, and we don't have any of that. So we're basically buying from our own shop front, saving as we buy, and using products that are going to be pure, safe and beneficial for our families. So that's what I really love.
And this is how we do it. And this is something that both Sandra and I already admitted. We didn't know a lot about network marketing when we started, but we certainly do now. And it's like anything. This is simply a distribution centre, or a way of being able to what's the word I'm looking for? Distribute product verbally. That's all it is. And you're doing that anyway. Here's the thing. We're all entrepreneurs. You know, when we go out for dinner, or when we recommend a brand or a shoe or whatever it is, you're already doing the entrepreneur thing, but are you getting paid for it? No, you're not. And that's the difference. In network marketing, when you look at the traditional retail line across the top, by the time a consumer buys a product, it increases the value of that product between 20 and 30%. With network marketing, we cut out all that middleman. And that's something that I absolutely understand, the fact that you can buy now a premium product, because Arbonne is a premium product, for an economy price, because we take away all of that middleman. We're also the only Swiss skincare company in the world that is sold via this distribution method, via word of mouth. Again, if it wasn't sold this way, it generally wouldn't be affordable. Only the rich and famous would be able to buy Arbonne. But thank goodness Peter decided to only use the network marketing system, because he knew that way 2 things. He knew that women and men would have the opportunity to become millionaires, but also that it would go global. And that's something that's quite remarkable when you think about it. And you can see, you know, by doing a business like this, it gives us flexibility. We can work this. I did, certainly, and Sandra's doing it now, working it alongside what we currently do. You don't have to give up what you're doing to start an Arbonne business. You can fit this into the nooks and crannies of your life and make it work when you're available. And then, like we did, we started this business as a plan B. I didn't have a plan B, and I certainly didn't have enough super, I knew, for one day for retirement. And yes, I worked for the government, but I knew I still didn't have enough money to be able to retire until I was 70. And that's something that you can definitely start using this as alongside what you're currently doing to build up that nest egg, to do it so one day you will be able to turn that plan B into your plan A. And it's your journey, and it's absolutely up to you how quickly you want to take this to the top. So what's your network grow, really? That's exactly what I would say. Watch your network grow, because that's what it's about. You know, when we start this business, it starts with one person, me or Sandra, making a decision, or the person that's introduced you to this business. They've made a decision to give this a go. And that's all that it is really, because we don't know how it's going to go until you try. And that's the best part, because when I started this business, I certainly didn't know hundreds of people that are now in my organisation. But I just started with one decision and then shared that opportunity. And then somebody else said, you know what, if you can do this, I can do this. And then somebody else said the same, and somebody else said the same. And all of a sudden, that one person becomes a massive organisation. And that's what's really exciting. You can grow this business without even leaving the country. You know, who do you know in the United States? We started there in the 80s. Who you know in Canada? We started there in 2006. Australia, thank goodness, started in 2007. UK was the same. Poland is a new country that we've just opened in 2014. That's our gateway into Eastern Europe. And Arbonne has only just started the globalization of the company. And that's what's remarkable. We are in the top 30 network marketing companies in the world. And yet we're only open in 7 countries, or soon to be 7 countries. And that's what's pretty exciting. When we think about our competitors, a lot of them, the majority of them, have been in business for well over 100 years and are open in well over 100 countries. So when you think about Arbonne, only 36 years strong and only just starting to globally grow, you think about where we're going to be in the next 5, 10, 15 years. It is so, so exciting. We are still pioneering this product globally. And you'll be part of that. So we opened in 2016, we're opening in Taiwan. New Zealand, we opened this year, only in June. June 2nd was our official launch into New Zealand. And they are going firecrackers over there. And our forecasting is now for Korea in 2017. So in all of those countries, you only need to know one person that may not even be in that country, but somebody you know might know somebody in one of those countries that will look at an opportunity to do alongside what they're currently doing, that does want something different for their future and their family's future, and decides to say yes. So your business can grow internationally with you staying nationally. You don't even have to leave this country. With the internet, just like you're watching this now, you can do this business anywhere. And here's the compensation plan. So people say to us, well, how much can you earn in Arbonne? It's really up to you. When we say to you, you have the power to write your own paycheck, that is absolutely 100% true. It is entirely up to you how big or how small you want to make this. So when you look at the 4 levels of management, and that is something that when I started this business, that is something that I looked at very quickly. For me, it was about getting to area manager as quickly as I could, because at that level, your business becomes willable. And this is really what sets us apart from any other network marketing company that's out there, because we have a willable business. We have a legacy to leave behind long after we've gone. So when I looked at that and I thought, okay, if something happened to me and I was still working for the government, would my family continue to get paid? No, they wouldn't. But if I build this Arbonne business and something then should, something unforeseen should happen, my family would continue to get paid, because once you get to area manager level, you have a few people in your team. So just because you're not here doesn't mean that they won't continue to grow. And every single month, your family would continue to get an income, to get a paycheck because of what you've created. So when you look at those 4 levels of management, even at district manager, and that's pretty, that's quite, a lot of people in our organisation earn a lot more than that money. That's quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Conservative, really, when you look at 379. But for a month, when some people look at that, though, that can save somebody's mortgage. But like I said, we have between $300-400 a month at district manager level, right up into $2,000, $2,500. Some of our district managers have earned at that level. So it is really up to you. Then an area manager, it says there $1,800 roughly. You can take that between that and $4,000-5,000 if you choose to. And then at regional vice president, they have a little symbol there that has a Mercedes-Benz symbol. At that level, you are then gifted a Mercedes-Benz if you choose to. Arbonne will then pay the lease, and that's pretty exciting. It is a corporate vehicle, definitely a corporate vehicle, but privately owned. So if I chose to stop my Arbonne business, my Mercedes-Benz wouldn't go back to the company. It's a privately owned corporate vehicle. So I get all the corporate advantages, all the services for free, and all of that exciting stuff that comes with a corporate vehicle, but the vehicle is in my name. And that's the difference. It is not a company car as such, that if I stopped my company, it would go back. It certainly stays with me and my family. And then at national vice, so you can see the income there, starting at about $7,500 a month. upwards. And then at national vice president, it starts at about $18,000 a month. And again, there are people in Australia that I know earn 3-4 times that amount. And that's, like I said, it's up to you how big or how small you want to take this business. And that's pretty exciting when you know that you have the power to earn more in your income simply by doing more, which is very different from a normal job. And coming from a corporate background, I found that unbelievable to earn a bonus, because in between every single level that you see on the screen, there's a bonus level. You know, between district and area manager, well, at district level, it's a $250 cash bonus. At area manager, it's $500 extra per month. At regional vice president, it's $750. That's life-changing money, you guys. And, you know, even for that alone, even to target yourself towards those bonuses, you know you've got a thriving, rocking business, and you are a short step away from region and nation.
That's fantastic. I'm going for region. That's fantastic. Okay, so it's so much more than a business. And the first thing we're about, of course, is sharing pure, safe products with others and letting them experience them firsthand. And there's not many places that you can actually try a product before you buy it. And I really love that about Arbonne. They give you the time to actually try it and see for yourself. And if you're not happy, you've got a 45-day money-back guarantee. And as Marilena and I both said, you fall in love with the products. There's no turning back. You want them, you keep them. But it's also the ability to share with people the opportunity to become a consultant and to earn their own income, be an independent business builder, but not be by themselves. Have a team of people and lots of support. And the support is incredible, from a website that we, of course, have all the back end of our business is taken care of by Arbonne. And then we have a great team of women and men working together that support each other. So I've been in business for myself for 30 years, and I've never had anybody do anything for me. I've had to do it for myself. And when I close my door, no money's coming in, because it's me that has to earn it. Arbonne's turned that around for me. I can have support from Marilena and others in my team, and my team that I've sponsored. We all help each other. And it's just a great support system I would never have dreamed of being able to have. And of course, when I go on holidays, my team and my beautiful preferred clients that love to buy online, they still shop and they still work their business, and I still get paid while I'm enjoying a holiday. And that's something else that I'd never experienced before working for myself. And I love the personal development, and that's something I didn't know I needed. And this is what's interesting. You only know what you know. And when I came into Arbonne, I thought I was okay, just how I was. But boy, do you learn a lot about yourself. When you start building a team of women or men, or whoever you have in your team, you're extending yourself and you're taking yourself out of your comfort zone, that's when you really get to know what you're made up of. And that's where you get to grow and learn. And I have learned so much. And it really is about, I love the whole philosophy of the company, because it's all about giving back. And that's what I've noticed. I'm so excited about helping my team to grow, and it's a win-win. I help them, and that will be the same if you got on board. The person who's introduced you to it, they help you. You're not alone. It's like you're in business for yourself, but you've got a supportive system until you can say, hey, I'm okay. And by then, you're helping somebody else. And I just love that about it. And you learn as you go, and you get paid as you go, which is great. You earn as you learn, which I think is amazing. Okay, so most of us will have these fears for some reason or another. I know for me, time was something I just didn't have. And I don't think I've got, everyone's got the same 24 hours in the day. So nothing changed from me having the fear of not having time to doing Arbonne. The only thing that changed was me. I decided that Arbonne was worth having a go, and I made it fit into the nooks and crannies of my day. We talk to people every day. We go out, and wherever we go, that's where we can share. And I just love that it's about sharing. And like Marilena said, we're all little entrepreneurs anyway. I don't know how many times I've referred people to watch a movie I loved or sale on at the shops. And I don't get paid for that. But with Arbonne, I share these amazing products, which I absolutely love, and I get paid for sharing it, which I really enjoy. And when it says not having enough money, then that's why you need Arbonne, because really for a minimum for Australia, it's $105 to become a consultant. And really the income you can earn is up to you. The harder you work, the more income you'll make. And it really is limitless to what you choose to do. So it's certainly a great one if that's your problem. Not knowing enough people. Well, it's interesting because you always know somebody, and it's not necessarily how many people you know, but it's how many people they know. And it's surprising, like Marilyn said, we didn't know each other. Marilyn is in Adelaide, I'm in Sydney, and I would never have had the opportunity to meet Marilyn if I hadn't said yes to Arbonne. And the friendships and the camaraderie that you feel towards people when you join and become a team is just amazing. And I couldn't imagine people in my team I didn't know before Arbonne.
And they become your family, don't they, Sandra?
They do. They very much become family. And of course, what will people think? Well, unless they're going to pay your bills, I really don't think it matters. And at the end of the day, it's more important what you think. It's more important about what you see the value in it. I would never have done Arbonne if I didn't believe in the products. I certainly wouldn't have done Arbonne if I didn't believe that this was the best compensation plan and the best opportunity for me to succeed for my future. And this was my retirement fund. I don't have a great super, and I think like a lot of women, we don't work our whole lives in our careers because we do have families, and that really hinders our super. And I would love to have the same lifestyle that I have now when I retire, and that wasn't possible before Arbonne, but it is now. And my business is willable to my family, and I have 12 beautiful grandbabies, and there's nothing more joy bringing to me to know that I'm going to leave them a legacy. And I believe life's only going to get harder out there, and I want to give them the best opportunity as possible. So I don't think it matters what people think. It's about what you think. And what am I getting into? Well, like I said, I didn't know what I was getting into, but boy, I'm glad I took that leap of faith. And here I am today, absolutely loving it and loving sharing it with others and seeing not only their skin improve, but their finances improve, which is wonderful.
Exactly. And the best part is you don't have to be, like Sandra is totally, an amazing beauty therapist, but I had no background in beauty therapy. So that's something that I had a bit of fear about when I joined. I thought, well, I know nothing about skincare, nothing about makeup. And that's the best part. We teach, train, and coach you every single step of the way. So don't let that be a reason why you don't do the business, because you absolutely do not have to be in that field. Although we have so many amazing beauty therapists, makeup artists that are in the industry that are now doing this alongside what they're currently doing for the exact same reason Sandra has. And, how many different, all sorts of people, there's doctors and lawyers and stay-at-home mums that get this opportunity to be able to grow this business right from their own four walls.
It is amazing. Well, I just look at my team, and I've got teachers and hairdressers and beauty therapists and stay-at-home mums that have never worked. I've got so many different backgrounds, and yet they're all doing very well because it is about what you bring to your business and following a system. If you're teachable and you're willing to work hard, and I think anything worth having takes effort, then you can be successful in Arbonne, really.
All right, perfectly said.
So where do you see yourselves? Well, for me, when I first started, or looking back to when I started, I had a lot of hesitations because of networking marketing. I didn't understand it at all, but I'm really glad I looked into it further because it really is the best business model I possibly could have found for me. And I'm sure that after watching today, you've got lots of questions, and that's great because it means that you're interested. And if you have lots of questions, write them down, and whoever invited you to watch this video, let them know you want to have a chat. Because if you might be just at one wanting to just try products at this stage, but I know that if you have your questions answered, you will jump in like I did and be at 10, just absolutely wanting to get into that business and have it happen for you, for your reasons, whatever that is, whether it's giving yourself back more time, whether it's being able to have more choices. For me, I want to have holidays. Love holidays. Arbonne gift you with holidays every year, but you'll find out more about that as you talk to the person that invited you. So, Marilena, did you want to say something before we finish?
No, same. You have absolutely nothing to lose. That's the thing. And your success is totally up to you. That's what's so exciting. You really have the power to be able to take this exactly where you want to take it. So, it's a different mindset to get involved with something like network marketing. Don't you agree, Sandra?
Yes.
Let me tell you, once you start, there is no looking back, because there is nothing more powerful than having your own business and earning your own income and being your own boss, having, you know, and having back that freedom of choice, which is when we work the 9 to 5, you know, we've all been there. You don't get that. And it is a very different mindset when you come on board with something like this and truly understand that it is a gift, that you've been given this video to be able to watch to see if this is a fit for you. So,
and you were talking about the fact that you fit it in around, it really is only ever a part-time job. Even when you do leave your corporate job, you still only had to work, what, about 10 hours a week, would you say?
And that was the part that I found really, like, almost crazy, was, oh my gosh, what do I do now? Like, my Arbonne business is up and running and you know, and running literally without me having to be there 24/7. But it is definitely a full-time mindset, but part-time hours. And, you know, to be able to be home with my children for the first time after working their entire schooling history, that was pretty exciting, to know that I was here to take them to school beforehand, to come home and that I would be here. There, you can't put money on that at all, because once that time is gone, it's gone. And, you know, that's why we're incredibly passionate, especially about bringing so many people home to be able to run a business and be successful, but without sacrificing the time away from their families.
Thank you, Marilena. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching, girls, and please take the time to talk to the lady who sent you this and find out, answer any of those questions you may have. And if you haven't tried the products, you've got to try the products, because they speak for themselves. There's one thing I never have any problem with, is the products. I just have to share them, and everybody makes up their own mind, and it's wonderful. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.